Okay, now it's time to feed some more silky screens, so that's what we're going to do. I'll save now that I've got the combination that I want, because this was critical. Coming up is the black Chocobo next, but we've got to do some Chocobo racing first. Which again is fine. It took me about 15 minutes of resets in order to get this. The Chocobo racing will take longer than 15 minutes, but it's not too bad from what I've experienced so far. Doesn't seem too difficult. Okay. Feeding. Okay, good. Because it says, the guide says to feed them 10 each. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Nope. Nope. Yes. So 10 for you. And this is really going to boost their stats and hopefully make the racing easy. And then feed 10 to our green girl. I kind of wish that the Chocobo colours were a bit more exaggerated. Like, they've tried to make it like a little bit kind of realistic. Like, that thing should just be really bright lime green. This thing should be like some crazy blue. Be more fun. I think the ones in Final Fantasy 15 are like that because you can make them any colour you want or something like that, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now that we've fed these guys, we need to do some more Chocobo racing. So we've got to get them both up to Class A. So there's a lot of racing to be done here. You guys have already seen how the races work, so just going to pick each one. Probably do the short course again, we'll see how that goes. And get them both up to Class A. So that needs 6 wins from each Chocobo, so that's a total of 12 wins. Based on what this guide is telling me. And it's literally the first guide that appears when you search for it, so I decided to go with it. It seems very similar to the Jagged guide as well, that I've been following for most of this LP. I think there's some minor differences between them, but shit. But in general, they're very similar. Okay, quite literally off to the races. So yeah, the blue Chocobo wins really easily. I decided to go hard just to see what it could do, and it absolutely blitzes the opposition. So at least for C class, the first 3 wins should be pretty easy. Well, I have to wait for everybody else to finish? Oh god. Come on man, you get penalised for finishing like 20 seconds ahead of everybody by not being able to skip. That's some BS. Wow, I finished really far ahead. Okay, so now we're up to B rank races. I think this is going to be the first B rank race that I've done, so let's see if it's any more difficult. I absolutely thrashed everyone in the Class C one, so we'll have to see. Oh. Okay, well I'm seeing hundreds and stuff here, so... Fire Fang, Mega Elixir, Swift Bolt. Okay, this could be problematic. I'm probably going to have to like strategize here and race well. I don't really have the speed to compete with the best of them, but I do have stamina. That seems to be the general rule of thumb. You seem to get more stamina than your competitors, but top speed wise you're not usually the fastest when you're at a particular, like when you're not completely OP. You seem to be a bit underpowered, but we're still looking good. I mean, we've got a massive gap here on everybody else, even though there's a triple digit speed one here, but that's all good. I'd rather not have to keep repeating races because I lost. Okay, cool. So it's a pretty easy finish. They're definitely a lot closer than the Class C crew were, but this is a good sign. Hopefully my other Chocobo is just as talented as this one, and we can get it done quick. I mean, unless it's a Mega Elixir, I don't really need it. I don't think I got a Mega Elixir, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. So, just 2 more races, and then we've got the other Chocobo. Right, so we should have our first A-class Chocobo. That's all we need, so now we've got to race the other Chocobo and hope that it's just as easy. Our green girl. $83,482. I think it's very similar in terms of stats, so it's not bad. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's crush it. So I mean at these ranks it's very easy anyway, but my tactic is to kind of use up 50 to 60% of the sprint bar and then just like use the shoulder button to get my Chocobo running at its maximum speed and then just go from there. It hasn't failed me yet, but we'll see. This Chocobo has slightly less stamina than the other one, so I think it might run out first. So I'll try and slow it down. Because when it completely runs out of stamina, it just gets so slow that it's just painful to watch. But it's the same result. Very, very, very easy win at rank C level. Okay, here we go. So this is the final race that we need for our green Chocobo to get to A rank. And then we should hopefully be able to breed a black Chocobo. So we're almost there. It's been pretty smooth sailing for the B class. There was one race where I had a guy who had a black Chocobo that kept up with me almost all the way to the end, which was a bit alarming, but we managed to win. So I've pretty much had a 100% win rate so far. This is the worst start I've had out of all of them, but these two I think they sprinted really hard at the start. So we'll have to see what happens here. I'm pretty sure my Chocobo should be able to overtake them. The blue one's really far ahead, but I think I'll take it eventually. My stamina is too much. There we go. No drama. Okay, so there we go. That was our 6th win with the green Chocobo. And now we get to go back and breed a black Chocobo. So the good thing here is that we don't need any RNG for this one. We just need to breed any old black Chocobo. It doesn't matter. So that's a good thing, because the hard reset has been one of the most painful things I've had to do so far. But this time we could just go there and breed and hopefully get the black Chocobo that we need. The black Chocobo is 1 tier below the gold Chocobo, so we're almost there. But there's a final bit of work to do before we get that mythical golden Chocobo. Based on the guide that I'm looking at, this is going to be step number 11, and we have 7 more steps until we get to the golden Chocobo. So I'm over halfway done. It's maybe been about 2 hours or so. Maybe more, maybe less, I'm not 100% sure. But some of the more painful stuff is still to come. Okay, here we go. Plonk yourself down on there. So these two should be A rank now. Class A, well, not rank, class. Yes, so we've got 2 Class A's. I'll save just in case. I'll go outside and I'll make a new slot. Just in case I've done something wrong or I do something wrong. I don't want to do those races again. So we're going to use the last of the 3 carob nuts that we've gotten to make the green and the blue Chocobo. Ah, shit. It didn't mention that one. So we're going to go do some more battles before we can mate these 2. That's annoying. Alright, go spend another 5-10 minutes battling, and then we'll be back. I forgot about that. Oh, come on! I mean, the guide says 3 to 10 battles, but I'm not seeing an opportunity to breed in less than 10. I mean, this, I think that was battle number 5 or 6, and Billy's not having it. So I think it's probably going to take 10 battles. It took exactly 10 the last time, so I think it'll take 10 again. Okay, come on. Surely it's been 10 battles now. I think baby Chocobos can take longer to mature than it takes for Chocobo parents who've just had baby Chocobos to breed again. So that might be why it's taking long. There you go. Okay, finally. I think it's around 10 again. That should be the benchmark. It's definitely not below 10. I know that. Now, let's chat to this one and to this one. Yes. Go ahead. My final carob nuts. Yes. So here we go. Hopefully we should be ending up with a black Chocobo once it's over. And then we'll be closing in on the end of this whole thing. Yay! Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, well the gender for this one is irrelevant and I don't think we know the gender right now. So whatever. Looks like Belch. Now let me see. We have a male. Okay, cool. Let's note this down. Class C. So, next we will have to catch a wonderful Chocobo. So this is the third time during this whole Chocobo breeding thing we'd need to catch a Chocobo. And we will be doing that by heading near the Icicle Inn. That is where we're going to find this wonderful Chocobo. So let's go. So yeah, this is the area. Whoa, can we land please? No? Can't land. Can we land here? Why not? So we can't land on these snowy, icy places. Gotta go here. Alright, cool. So let me get my Chocobo lures back on. And get rid of my, like, slash all and all that kind of stuff. We don't want to hurt the Chocobo. Okay, so if you guys remember from the LP, when I was here, there was an encounter that was, like, just two big rabbits. I think they're called Jumpings. And we need a Chocobo that appears alongside Jumpings. If we do get one of those Chocobos, that is going to be a wonderful category Chocobo. So we've got to wait around for this one. Supposedly the guide says it took me an hour and a half to finally encounter one. It's a very rare encounter. But fuck. So yeah, the wolf is there, so this one doesn't work. So we're going to just run from this. So we've got to wait until it's a Chocobo with only the rabbit. I think it can be one or two rabbits alongside it. I also decided to unequip the counter material as well, in case it caused some kind of problem. I don't want to have any counter issues. But I'd mentioned previously that like every 2 or 3 battles maximum, I was getting a Chocobo encounter. Here it's been about 5 and I've gotten 1. So maybe like the Chocobo encounter rate in general is lower anyway. And to find obviously the correct encounter is even more difficult. I mean, they're not wonderful Chocobos for nothing. But yeah, the Chocobo encounter rate in general definitely seems lower here. It's like 1 for 6 so far. I really hope it doesn't take me an hour and a half like the person in the guide. I really don't want to spend an hour and a half running from encounters. Okay, another Chocobo encounter. Is my luck in? No, 'tis not. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guy didn't say it's a very rare encounter for nothing. And look how quickly it ran away. Oh man, if that happens in the actual thing, I'm gonna cry. If it takes me an hour to find one and it runs away, that'll be a horrible time. Oh, 2 in a row. Come on. Come on. Yeah, fuck. Same one. A Chocobo. That same Chocobo that keeps running away keeps running into me. Yep, 3 in a row. This is strange. Maybe the encounter rate is not that bad at all. But it's the same exact encounter 3 times in a row. It's quite funny. Imagine if it was a preemptive attack with the 2 jumpings. That would have been perfect. Ah, a man can dream. And we're back to normal. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, so I've got the 3 Chocobo encounters in a row, and now it's probably been a good 10 to 12 battles where I've got none. And just when I mentioned it, I got another one. Oh yes, I got it. This is the right one. This is the right one. Feed that thing. Don't you go anywhere. This is one of the most important encounters of this entire playthrough. You wait. Wow. Really? Oh, fuck off. Seriously. Son of a bitch. There you go. Excellent. Okay. So now we can head back to the Chocobo Ranch, and I think this is like our final RNG thing. So I will get off here. I'll send you back to the stable. And then I will head back there myself with the airship. I'll make sure I save before. And we will hope that first time round we get this one to be a female. That'd be nice. I'm not holding my breath. I don't think I've gone any of the RNGs first time yet. But it took me about 15 minutes or so to get this wonderful Chocobo, so that's not too bad. I still feel like an hour and a half was a bit of an exaggeration by the person who wrote the guide, but I don't know, 15 minutes seems reasonable, I guess. It's just that every single thing in this bloody Chocobo breeding thing takes time and is repetitive, but we're getting there. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It will be one of the most tedious things I've done in Final Fantasy for a long time. Because in more recent years I've tried to not really get involved with this kind of stuff because it just takes so long. Okay, so now this is a wonderful Chocobo. Yes, I do. Please be a female. Yes, I got it. Woohoo! A rare 50-50 that I won. Cool. I'm going to call her W Choc F. Such snazzy names. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, that worked out beautifully. Now, I need to release some Chocobos. Well, I need to release at least one. Because I can only have 6 stables here. So you guys have done a wonderful job. You don't need to be in captivity anymore. You can go enjoy the luscious fields or whatever. Releasing Chocobos. So M Goody. No. Yeah, I'll release her. Since those guys are a couple, I'll release the other one as well so they can maybe continue to mate out in the wild. Can't be depriving them of sexy time. Okay, so we have only our coloured Chocobos here. We have a wonderful yellow female Chocobo. We have a black male Chocobo. Whoops. Yes. So now we've got to play the same game again. We've got to give these guys 10 silky screens each in order to get them up to like the stats that we need. And we've got a Chocobo race one final time. So I think the RNG stuff is done now, which is awesome. So I'll get the greens. Got to get 10 more. We'll feed them. I'll save, and then it'll be Chocobo racing once again. I just got to get them up to Class A, so same as last time. Shouldn't be too big a problem. It was pretty easy last time, but maybe I got lucky and they were just particularly good Chocobos because I might end up with a slow one or something. Okay. Chocobo Sage. Weird, man. Silky screens. Another 100k. So yes, you do spend a total of around 300,000 on your Chocobo breeding endeavours. But it's all going to be worth it once I start visiting the caves. Awesome. Right, so now back to Gold Saucer one last time within the context of Chocobo breeding. There's races to be won. So I think I'll completely skip this. I mean, I've shown you guys bits and pieces of what I've been doing in Gold Saucer. It's going to be literally exactly the same thing with 2 new Chocobos. And once that's done, we'll be back and we'll hopefully be breeding the mythical Golden Chocobo. I really didn't think I'd be doing it, to be honest, but I'm kind of glad that I did now. Thanks to these guides, it's definitely a lot easier than it could have been. I mean, everything about it is tedious. There's no, like, getting around it. Everything is repetitive. It's like, you know, you're going to need the RNG for when you're breeding, so you've got to do either a soft reset or a hard reset. If you hard reset, you've got to fiddle around with, like, trying to manipulate the RNG. Then you have the whole, like, well, you've got to wait for the Chocobos, so you've got to go and do the battles. It looks like a minimum of 10 to me. It says 3 to 10, but I think it's a minimum of 10, personally. That's been my experience. So then you do that, then you've got to go and get the greens, you've got to feed the greens, then you have to come and Chocobo race all those times, then you have to come back and you have to hope that the RNG holds up and all that business. So all in all, it's been a pretty repetitive process, not to mention the whole, you have to wait and make sure you get the right encounter so you can capture the Chocobos that you need to capture. So yeah, it's definitely not one for the faint-hearted, but if you want to get everything, then it's an absolute must. There are no shortcuts besides literally like hacking and cheating your way through. So sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and do what you got to do. So there we go. Whoa, top speed 123 kilometers per hour. Fucking hell. Whoa, this thing can fly. This is going to be insane. My god. Well, okay. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. I mean, it's like 30 kilometers an hour faster. My god. This thing's got talent. This thing could race in like S-Class. Might have to keep this around. I don't know if the Gold Chocobo will be better, but this thing is pretty crazy. I mean, there was a black Chocobo in the Class B races in the last set that I was trying to get to Class A, and it was noticeably faster than everybody else, so I don't know. I feel like Gold Chocobos are surely the quickest. They have like the highest ceiling. But look at that. I mean, now I've got to wait like a full minute for everybody to arrive. Wow. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is the final race that I need to do for this whole Chocobo breeding thing. Now, fortunately, these guys have been so good that I've pretty much just automaticked every single race. I haven't even been by... I've just been going off and doing other things while they've been racing. There is only one. There is that guy with the black Chocobo. This guy. The top speed's 132 and the stamina is 587, so I can't even beat that guy. So if he's in the race, then there's a good chance you're going to lose. But, I mean, automatic, I tried with automatic and I couldn't beat him. We'll just have to see. I mean, he's too fast. I think you need a better Chocobo in order to beat him. He's just too good. But as long as he's not there, you can win every race on automatic by a country mile. Look how far ahead he is even of me. I can't see him, he's just gone down the road. He's ridiculous, that guy. I have no idea how you're supposed to beat him, unless you've got a really souped up Chocobo. Look how far ahead he is, he's already finished the race. So yeah, don't bother if he's there, unless your Chocobo's even better. Maybe my black Chocobo could compete with him, but he's ridiculous. He's like a full minute ahead of everybody. So yeah, Tio. If that Tio guy appears, then you might be in trouble. But other than him, you can win on automatic. You don't even have to be kind of by your PC or your PlayStation to win. It's really easy. So let's hope this will be the final one. I bet he appears in every race now. Okay, he's not there. Good. So if you look at the rest of the group, I mean, 104 is good, but it's not going to be enough. So this is on fully automatic right now. and you're going to see that it's just going to blitz the field completely. I'm heading back to the UK tomorrow, so I've been using these 12 Chocobo wins that I need to have to just like prepare my suitcase and stuff in these like 90-second intervals where I've been racing. Because once you're finished, you can't quit the race until the second place Chocobo arrives. So the whole process probably takes about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So instead of just watching your screen, you can just go off and do something else, if you wish. But we're almost there. Hopefully in about 5 minutes or so, we will have our first gold Chocobo. Wonder what I'll call it. Cool, whatever, I won. If they give a lot of GP, I just tend to take the GP. If it's like 10, then I won't take it. So yeah. Okay, that's it. Chocobo moved up a rank. Okay, both my black Chocobo and my wonderful Chocobo are both A rank, A class. So now I can breed them and hopefully, get a gold Chocobo. And then I can conclude this session. How long would it have taken? I'd say roughly about 3 hours. That's been my mileage. Then again, there's some dead time in there as well, to be honest. So if I take it all away, it's closer to 2, I think. Maybe 2.5. So it's not terrible. I expected worse. I think I started at around 51.5 hours. Something like that. I'll save before I do the final breeding in case, again, I've done something wrong. It's unlikely, but you never know. Go, go, go! There's a gold Chocobo waiting. Oh god, am I going to have to do the battles first though? They might not be ready to breed. Then again, I caught one of them. Yeah, the other one is still too much of a baby. Shit. So we're not quite out of the woods yet. I think I have to engage in some battles. I doubt they're ready. It's a shame if it should be battles or game clock if you've been going off to do other things. Oh, okay, they can mate. Cool. So, this guy over here and this lady over here with a Zeo nut. Here we go. Come on. I don't know if it's 100% success rate. Oh look, achievements unlocked already. That's a spoiler, man. We're supposed to see it for the first time and then the achievement should pop. Yay! You got yourself a new Chocobo. Then give the Chocobo female a name. I will... You only got 6 letters here. Which is a shame. I'll call her the Turkish word for shiny. Parlak. There you go. Because she's not a Chocobro, and even if she was, can't fit it in there anyway. So we'll call her Parlak. Little baby Parlak. There you go, my friends. That is how to get a gold Chocobo. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. I'd like to thank Mike for his wonderful guide for this one, and I'll paste a link to that in the description and the top comment so you can see a written version of it as well. But now that we have the gold Chocobo, we can access 4 new materia caves, each of them containing some pretty cool things. So in the next session, I'll be going to get those, and we'll be continuing on with our post-game stuff, more stuff to pick up, more limit breaks to get, etc, etc. And once we have all of that stuff done, then it's going to be time for the 2 big final boss battles. But I think in terms of like non-boss battle, time-consuming stuff, this Chocobo thing was one of the biggest, so it's good that we got this one out of the way. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been enjoyable, and I will see you all for the next session, where we'll be continuing on with the Final Fantasy VII post-game. Take care.